Hi everyone, here is summary of The Whole Brain Child, 12 Revolutionary Strategies to Nurture Your Child's Developing Mind by Daniel J. Siegel, MD. Overview. The Whole Brain Child is a practical and insightful book to help parents navigate the turbulent waters of parenthood. By providing 12 revolutionary strategies to nurture your child's developing mind, this book will enable you to survive everyday parenting struggles and help your family thrive. Imagine a typical day in the life of a parent named Sarah and her 5-year-old son, Jack. Sarah has been reading The Whole Brain Child and is eager to apply its principles to help Jack develop a well-integrated brain. Let's see here to apply the cases. 1. Morning meltdown. One morning, Jack wakes up grumpy and refuses to get dressed for school. He throws his clothes on the floor and starts crying. Sarah remembers the book's advice about the connect and redirect strategy. Instead of immediately trying to reason with Jack using her logical left brain, she first connects with his emotional right brain. She kneels down to Jack's level and says, "I see you're really upset this morning. It's hard to get ready when you're feeling this way, isn't it?" Jack nods, still sniffling. Sarah hugs him and waits until he calms down a bit. Then, she gently redirects him by saying, "Let's pick out your favorite shirt together. How about the one with the dinosaurs?" 2. Afternoon adventure. Later that day, Sarah and Jack go to the park. Jack climbs to the top of the jungle gym but suddenly freezes, afraid to come down. Sarah recalls the name it to tame it strategy. She helps Jack by naming his fear. "It looks like you're feeling scared up there. It's okay to feel scared sometimes." By naming the emotion, Sarah helps Jack understand and manage his feelings. She then encourages him to take small steps down, offering support and reassurance. Jack slowly makes his way down, feeling proud of his accomplishment. 3. Evening reflection. At dinner, Sarah uses the remember to remember strategy. She asks Jack about his day and encourages him to tell the story of his adventure at the park. "What happened when you climbed the jungle gym?" she asks. Jack excitedly recounts his experience, integrating his memories and reinforcing his learning. 4. Bedtime bonding. Before bed, Sarah and Jack engage in a SIFT exercise: sensations, images, feelings, thoughts. They talk about what they felt, saw, and thought throughout the day. This practice helps Jack become more aware of his internal experiences and fosters emotional intelligence. By using these strategies, Sarah helps Jack develop a more integrated brain. She connects with his emotions, helps him understand and manage his feelings, and encourages him to reflect on his experiences. These practices not only strengthen their bond but also equip Jack with the tools he needs to navigate life's challenges. The Whole Brain Child provides parents with practical, science-based strategies to support their child's brain development. By understanding and applying these concepts, parents can help their children grow into emotionally resilient, self-aware, and well-adjusted individuals. Part 1. 12 Strategies for Nurturing Development. 1. Connect and redirect. Address the child's emotional needs first, right brain, before trying to reason with them, left brain. 2. Name it to tame it. Help children deal with overwhelming emotions by naming them. 3. Engage, don't enrage. Engage the upstairs brain by asking questions and encouraging problem solving. 4. Use it or lose it. Encourage activities that stimulate the upstairs brain. 5. Move it or lose it. Physical activity can help shift a child's emotional state. 6. Use the remote of the mind. Teach children to view their experiences from different perspectives. 7. Remember to remember. Encourage children to tell their stories to integrate their memories. 8. Let the clouds of emotions roll by. Teach children that feelings come and go. 9. Sift. Sensations, images, feelings, thoughts help children become aware of their internal experiences. 10. Exercise mindsight. Teach children to understand their own and others' minds. 11. Increase the family fun factor. Create positive experiences to strengthen family bonds. 12. Connect through conflict. Use conflicts as opportunities to teach and connect. Part 2. How a child's brain works. The book explains that a child's brain is like a house with an upstairs and a downstairs. The downstairs brain includes the brainstem and limbic region, responsible for basic functions like breathing and blinking, instincts like fight or flight, and strong emotions like anger and fear. The upstairs brain includes the cerebral cortex, responsible for higher-order thinking, decision-making, and emotional regulation. Meet Emma, a 4-year-old girl, and her mother, Lisa. One morning, Emma is playing with her toys when Lisa tells her it's time to get ready for preschool. Emma, engrossed in her play, ignores her mother. Lisa, understanding how Emma's brain works, knows that her downstairs brain is currently in control, driven by her immediate desire to play. Lisa gently approaches Emma and uses a strategy from the book called Engage, Don't Enrage. She kneels down and says, "Emma, I see you're having so much fun with your toys. Can you show me what you're building?" Emma excitedly explains her creation. Lisa then transitions by saying, "Let's get ready for preschool so you can show your friends what you made." Later that day, Emma has a meltdown because she can't find her favorite stuffed animal. Her downstairs brain is in full swing, and she's overwhelmed by emotion. Lisa remembers the name it to tame it strategy. She sits with Emma and says, "You're feeling really upset because you can't find your stuffed animal, right?" Emma nods, tears streaming down her face. By naming the emotion, Lisa helps Emma's upstairs brain start to engage, allowing her to begin calming down. Lisa then helps Emma search for the toy, turning the situation into a problem-solving activity that further engages Emma's upstairs brain. At bedtime, Lisa uses the remember to remember strategy. She asks Emma about her day, encouraging her to recount the events. "What was the best part of your day?" Lisa asks. Emma talks about playing with her friends and finding her stuffed animal. This practice helps Emma integrate her memories and reinforces the connections between her upstairs and downstairs brain. By understanding how Emma's brain works, Lisa can respond to her behavior in ways that promote brain integration. She connects with Emma's emotions, helps her manage overwhelming feelings, and encourages her to reflect on her experiences. These practices not only help Emma develop emotional resilience but also strengthen their bond. The Whole Brain Child provides parents with insights into the workings of a child's brain and practical strategies to support their child's development. By applying these concepts, parents can help their children grow into well-adjusted, emotionally intelligent individuals. Part 3: Integrating the Left and Right Brain. The book explains that the brain has two hemispheres, the left brain and the right brain. The left brain is logical, literal, linguistic, and linear, while the right brain is emotional, nonverbal, experiential, and holistic. For a child to function optimally, these two sides need to work together, integrating logic and emotion. Alex, a 6-year-old boy, and his father, John. One morning, Alex is upset because he can't find his favorite toy car. He starts crying and yelling, "I can't find it. It's gone forever." John, understanding the principles from The Whole Brain Child, knows that Alex's right brain is overwhelmed with emotion. John uses the connect and redirect strategy. He first connects with Alex's right brain by acknowledging his feelings. He kneels down and says, "I see you're really upset because you can't find your car. That must be really frustrating." Alex, feeling understood, starts to calm down a bit. Next, John helps Alex engage his left brain to bring in some logic and problem solving. He says, "Let's think about where we last saw your car. Can you remember where you played with it yesterday?" Alex starts to think and says, "I think I had it in the living room." By connecting emotionally first and then redirecting to logical thinking, John helps Alex integrate his left and right brain. This process not only helps Alex calm down but also teaches him how to manage his emotions and solve problems. Later that day, Alex and John go to the park. Alex climbs a tree but gets scared when he looks down. His right brain is again in control, filled with fear. John uses the name it to tame it strategy. He says, "It looks like you're feeling scared up there. It's okay to feel scared." By naming the emotion, John helps Alex's left brain make sense of his right brain's feelings. Alex nods and starts to feel a bit braver. John then encourages him to take deep breaths and think about how he climbed up. Slowly, Alex makes his way down, feeling proud of himself. At bedtime, John uses the remember to remember strategy. He asks Alex to tell the story of his day, including the part where he climbed the tree. Alex recounts his adventure, integrating his memories and reinforcing the connections between his left and right brain. By understanding how to integrate the left and right brain, John helps Alex develop emotional resilience and problem-solving skills. He connects with Alex's emotions, helps him manage overwhelming feelings, and encourages him to reflect on his experiences. These practices not only help Alex grow into a well-adjusted individual but also strengthen their bond. Part 4: Integrating the Upstairs and Downstairs Brain. The book explains that the brain can be thought of as having an upstairs and a downstairs. The downstairs brain includes the brainstem and limbic region, responsible for basic functions like breathing and blinking, instincts like fight or flight, and strong emotions like anger and fear. The upstairs brain includes the cerebral cortex, responsible for higher-order thinking, decision-making, and emotional regulation. For a child to function optimally, these two parts of the brain need to work together. Integration helps children use both their emotional and logical capacities effectively. Mia, a 5-year-old girl, and her mother, Anna. One morning, Mia is upset because she can't find her favorite shoes. She starts crying and yelling, "I can't go to school without my shoes." Anna, understanding the principles from the whole brain child, knows that Mia's downstairs brain is in control, driven by strong emotions. Anna uses the connect and redirect strategy. She first connects with Mia's downstairs brain by acknowledging her feelings. She kneels down and says, "I see you're really upset because you can't find your shoes. That must be really frustrating." Mia, feeling understood, starts to calm down a bit. Next, Anna helps Mia engage her upstairs brain to bring in some logic and problem solving. She says, "Let's think about where we last saw your shoes. Can you remember where you took them off yesterday?" Mia starts to think and says, "I think I left them in the living room." By connecting emotionally first and then redirecting to logical thinking, Anna helps Mia integrate her upstairs and downstairs brain. This process not only helps Mia calm down but also teaches her how to manage her emotions and solve problems. Later that day, Mia and Anna go to the park. Mia climbs to the top of the slide but gets scared when she looks down. Her downstairs brain is again in control, filled with fear. Anna uses the name it to tame it strategy. She says, "It looks like you're feeling scared up there. It's okay to feel scared." By naming the emotion, Anna helps Mia's upstairs brain make sense of her downstairs brain's feelings. Mia nods and starts to feel a bit braver. Anna then encourages her to take deep breaths and think about how she climbed up. Slowly, Mia makes her way down, feeling proud of herself. At bedtime, Anna uses the remember to remember strategy. She asks Mia to tell the story of her day, including the part where she climbed the slide. Mia recounts her adventure, integrating her memories and reinforcing the connections between her upstairs and downstairs brain. By understanding how to integrate the upstairs and downstairs brain, Anna helps Mia develop emotional resilience and problem-solving skills. She connects with Mia's emotions, helps her manage overwhelming feelings, and encourages her to reflect on her experiences. These practices not only help Mia grow into a well-adjusted individual but also strengthen their bond. Part 5: The third aspect of integration involves memory. Memories aren't like photocopy machines that produce accurate pictures of what took place in the past. The hippocampus stores memory with an overlay of emotion, and our memories always coexist with the feelings we attach to an event. Memory also isn't like a filing cabinet, where we simply pull them out when we need to. Children associate past experiences with what might happen in the future. They then react accordingly. Once an implicit memory is spoken about and understood, it becomes explicit and, therefore, easier to deal with any fears they may have. Children don't just forget about difficult experiences. We have to help them understand what happened and how they felt about it. Then, just like a jigsaw puzzle, put all the pieces together. Here's a strategy that might help children to integrate implicit and explicit memories. It's called using the remote of the mind. Retelling a scary event is helpful, but sometimes a child is uncomfortable talking about it. We can then use the idea of an internal DVD player with a remote control that they can use. Using an imaginary remote control, the child can pause, rewind, and fast forward through parts of the story. They can replay the experience in their minds more safely, fast forward through the scary parts if they want to, or pause if it's challenging. This strategy allows them some control over a bad memory. Eventually, though, we have to help them retell the entire story, including the uncomfortable or scary parts. The other memory integration strategy is remember to remember. Here we bring positive and memorable family experiences into our storyline as much as possible. We can encourage our kids to recall and tell stories about these events. They don't have to be big celebrations. Little happenings are also important. Perhaps you can get them to create a memory book. If they can build on things that happened in the past, it's easier for them to contextualize what's happening to them in the present. Part 6, The United States of Me. We can help children to integrate their memories, feelings, and thoughts in order to understand their minds. When they learn that they have some choice about how they feel or respond to situations, it's very empowering. Siegel developed the concept of mindsight, which helps us see what's happening in our minds. He uses the hub of awareness, along with the metaphor of a bicycle wheel. There's a hub at the center and various points or spokes around the rim. The hub represents the executive functioning part of the brain, where we can connect with ourselves in a deep and considered manner. This is our center of awareness. The rim's numerous points include thoughts, feelings, and memories that we have, and where we sometimes get stuck. We can shift our attention and energy to other parts of the rim, reminding ourselves that we're more than those particular thoughts or fears we tend to fixate on. 6-year-old Jason had an irrational fear that the ceiling fan in his bedroom would crash down on him during the night. When he drew his wheel of awareness with the center's hub, he could start to move his attention away from the fan blades and the scary feelings they caused and redirect them to the other rim points. These included how much his parents protected him and what fun his day had been. He could also use imagery or relaxation techniques to help him to relax. If children find the wheel of awareness difficult, there are 2 other strategies we can use. We can let the clouds of emotion roll by. Just as clouds come and go, so do feelings. This way, children can learn that they're not their feelings. The difference between saying, "I am lonely," and "I feel lonely right now," allows them to understand the difference between a temporary state and a permanent trait. Feelings are like the weather. They're real, but they come and go. There's also the process of SIFT. SIFT is the acronym for sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts. We can use this acronym to help children sort through physical sensations such as butterflies in the tummy, images that might be worrying them, such as an embarrassing moment at school, and feelings. It helps if they have a broad feeling vocabulary, so they can use specific words like disappointed, as opposed to a more general one like feeling sad. Children can also learn that they don't have to believe all their thoughts. We can encourage them to argue with the ones that may not be true, and we can teach them strategies that calm them, like visualization techniques or imagining a place where they feel calm and peaceful. If they can access a sense of stillness and calm, they can learn to separate from and manage the storms that brew around them. Part 7, the final step, is to integrate self and other. This is also known as the me-we connection. Sometimes children need a little bit of help with their empathy and to recognize others' needs and perspectives. Enter the fascinating discovery of mirror neurons. Our brains are activated to respond to the actions of somebody else. We can nurture this built-in wiring in our children to create more empathy. For example, if we see someone in tears, we often become tearful too. Our bodies automatically respond to someone else's emotions and actions. We mirror them. Hence, our kids can learn to empathize with others without losing their sense of who they are. We need to keep building experiences that lead to connection. Here are 2 strategies that we can use to do this. The first is to enjoy one another. Play more games as a family, build a bit of silly and fun into the equation, and foster unique experiences. These practices reinforce what it means to be in harmony with others. But it doesn't just have to be good times. The final strategy is to connect through conflict. If our children argue or complain about something someone said to them, we can ask them to explore the other person's perspective. They can look at why they thought this person responded differently and explore another's reactions without being defensive. They can observe someone's nonverbal behavior to understand what emotions they might have. We can also teach them to fix things after a fight by discussing how they can make amends. This could be through a kind act or a letter of apology. Conclusion. Wrapping up the journey. After months of applying the strategies from the whole brain child, Sarah reflects on the changes she has seen in her 5-year-old son, Jack. The book's conclusion emphasizes the importance of ongoing practice and the profound impact that understanding and integrating the brain can have on a child's development. One evening, Sarah and Jack are preparing dinner together. Jack accidentally spills a bowl of flour on the floor. Instead of immediately getting upset, Sarah takes a deep breath and remembers the principles from the book. She uses the connect and redirect strategy to address the situation. She kneels down and says, "Oh no, it looks like we had a little accident. That must have been surprising for you." Jack, seeing his mother's calm reaction, feels less anxious. Sarah then redirects by saying, "Let's clean this up together and then we can finish making our dinner." As they clean up, Sarah thinks about how far they have come. She recalls the early days when Jack's tantrums would leave both of them feeling frustrated and overwhelmed. By consistently applying the strategies from the book, Sarah has helped Jack develop better emotional regulation and problem-solving skills. Later that night, Sarah and Jack sit down for their bedtime routine. They read a story together, and Sarah uses the remember to remember strategy to help Jack reflect on his day. "What was your favorite part of today?" she asks. Jack talks about making dinner together and how they cleaned up the flour spill. This practice not only helps Jack integrate his memories, but also reinforces the bond between them. Sarah feels a deep sense of satisfaction knowing that she is helping Jack build a strong foundation for his future. The conclusion of The Whole Brain Child emphasizes that parenting is an ongoing journey. It encourages parents to be patient with themselves and their children, recognizing that mistakes and challenges are part of the process. The book reassures parents that by understanding and applying the principles of brain integration, they are equipping their children with the tools they need to navigate life's ups and downs. Sarah feels empowered by this message. She knows that while there will always be challenges, she has the knowledge and strategies to support Jack's growth and development. She is grateful for the insights from The Whole Brain Child and looks forward to continuing their journey together. By understanding and applying the concepts from The Whole Brain Child, Sarah has seen significant improvements in Jack's behavior and emotional resilience. The book's conclusion reinforces the importance of ongoing practice and the positive impact that brain integration can have on a child's development. Thank you for listening. I hope this content is useful to you. If you like this kind of content, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel to support our team.